What a manic week it's been. Monday's video, I think, did we wire up the GS? I think we did. We wired up the GS, we did that on, well, I finished that video and edited it on Sunday night. Monday, video went live, then Tuesday we had a photo shoot for the CX500 and that was awesome. So if you haven't seen any shots yet, there's been stories and all sorts on Instagram. Check out my Instagram feed, follow me on that and you can see stories, pictures, all sorts. But there has been a few shots of the CX500, the actual final shot. Now I will make a video on that photo shoot. In fact, there was 2 photo shoots that day. And in fact there will be a 3rd video out of Tuesday. So really productive day. Now, I've been doing this for the last 2 weeks and obviously we stopped to do the GS and all sorts. We've got the CB750 here now. So on this video today, you'll see the engine being put in. The engine is in now, it's beside me here. But in this episode, you'll see the actual process of putting the engine in. I didn't record the final bit while we lifted the bike up. I just hadn't pressed record. Pressed record, which switches the camera on from its sleep, but then you need to press it again and I forgot to do that. Just in the rush of trying to get the engine and the bike on its side and everything, I completely forgot about it. Oh, that's well needed. Oh, there's nothing quite like a cup of tea. So, let's see how much we can get done on this engine. Let's see if we can fit the carbs in. I'm hoping we can get the carbs in, and I'm also hoping that we can get the exhaust going as well. We can get the exhaust set up and fitted. That is my aim. So let's try our very best. Let's get this CB750 into a state where it looks cool. Let's do it now. Oh my god, I need more tea. Right, so we've got the engine in place now. Of course, we had this little cover on the side. That's a bit sticky, that is. Right, that needs cleaning. But anyway, got the engine in place. The cams aren't in place yet. I'm still waiting for the spare bolt that goes into these collars here. But we have this. Check out this bad boy. All set, all ready to go. Let's put it in just for the sake of putting it in. It is now the next day. Gave it a rest after we put the bike up right, and I went over my footage and realised that I didn't record it. I didn't have it on record. I thought I'd switched the camera on, literally just actually switched the camera on but didn't press record. Great. But we have the engine in, so there are more bolts to put on at the moment. I've realised that the main bolt that goes through the back of the engine and onto the actual frame itself, the one at the bottom just there, isn't long enough. We haven't, obviously I've changed the swing arm spindle to be long enough to cater for the new F model Super Sport foot peg mounts, but I didn't anticipate, I didn't really think about changing that one there. It looks like it's coming through on that side, but that's only because I haven't slipped it through the other side. It's kind of like an inch short, so I'm going to need a new one of those, but I've just left it there for the time being just so it holds the engine. You can see here that there isn't a frame going down below here. That's because it's here. The 79 model, the double overhead cam, actually had this removable part of the frame, so you can put the engine in. I wouldn't like to try it on a single overhead cam, but it's got a complete frame. That I can imagine would be a nightmare. Made life a bit easier being able to remove that. So what I'm going to do now is Put the bracket on the back there, because that's missing a bracket. The engine's kind of hanging in at the moment. Put the bracket in there, put the rest of the frame on, and then attach that there. Yeah, no prizes for guessing that the tension on that chain probably isn't what it should be. I've loosely just put the little coupler on there for now. I haven't timed it or anything, I've literally just put it on there. The wheels are all the way forward, so they will need to be adjusted backwards once we have the correct bolts and everything that go into there. I mean, the shocks themselves aren't even bolted in properly at the moment. It's all just kind of like loosely put in just so I can see where everything goes, but I just wanted to put the chain on just to see how that gold chain would work with the rest of the bike. You can also see how that gold chain then works with these gold little canisters in the back. Need to get new foot pegs, need to get the new bolt that goes through there. It's coming. Still a lot of work. Obviously we need the controls, headlights, everything to go on there, but it's all coming together now. Right, so that's a disappointing end now. I was hoping to actually get the exhaust in, but I thought that I had bolts to put the exhausts in. I don't. I've got the copper exhaust gaskets and everything, but I don't have the bolts. Not the correct bolts anyway. So rather than just doing a half job and then having to do it again, just doing it for the sake of doing it for the video and then having to do it again later on, no, I'm gonna order the correct set of bolts for that. So we're not going to be putting the exhaust in today, which is such a shame because I've already got everything laid out down here. Look at that. That's a beautiful exhaust. And all these pipes. So that is a real shame. But I do, however, have the motorbike here and it looks awesome. I've put the tank on it just for the time being. I've put the seat on it as well. The seat we have decided to be brown leather. I'm just waiting for the correct shade to be chosen and then we can do that. So it looks like next week's video will be putting the exhaust and possibly the cams on if I get the cam bolted in time, which I should do. I should do. I may do it next week, I may do it in another week, but look at this. I don't know if you can see it poking just there. The Myco 490. What started off this whole YouTube channel, the very first video I uploaded, is back in the workshop now, and it is a beast of a bike. I've not started it yet. The petrol that's been in there, being a two-stroke, the petrol is obviously a mix petrol, and I've not. It's been stood there for not quite that long, maybe 4 or 5 years even. So I obviously need to drain the fuel. I didn't drain it before I kept it. I was living down in London at the time, and then I rushed. Last time I started the bike, I rushed away. Didn't drain the bike, didn't drain the carbs, so it's going to be all gummed up. So that needs to be cleaned before I start it as well. That engine is seriously durable. Last time I restored it, it had been standing for 15 years, and the engine just came back alive straight away. The engine was damaged, or the gears were damaged. The gear selector, I should say, actually, were damaged, and also the primary chain sprockets were damaged, so we need new ones of those, but the engine itself came back to life straight away, so I've got no fears that that bike isn't going to start with a fresh fuel and maybe a new spark plug. We'll see if there is a spark in that, but I've got no worries about that bike whatsoever. But that will be coming. That is for 2019. So next week's video will be back on the CB750. There'll be more CX500 videos as well. You can see the photo shoot and everything that's going on there. And as well, I'll be introducing the Myco 490. That'll probably be the week after. So let's go ordering these parts now. So until Monday, have fun, have a good weekend and safe riding. If you do go out riding out there, if you are living in such a cold place like we do here, wrap up warm. I hate the cold, I really do.